Hello and welcome to One India News, and I am Akash. Lot of commotion is currently happening in Punjab after the brutal assassination of a Punjabi singer and Congress leader Moosewala, and post that there has been a lot of political drama in Punjab. And what is even more, saddening to know about is that a day before the Punjab government actually withdrew security from around 400 plus VIPs, and that list actually got published in on social media, and many are blaming that many of the political leaders are actually blaming that the assassination of the Punjabi singer happened because that very highly sensitive list got leaked. And after that, also questions are being raised about, how the gangs of Punjab are now once again active, which have laid a domicile for quite.
Thanks, Akash. Thank you.
Yeah, and so Vicky, tell me this thing that how do you see this? How do you see this whole situation that has taken place in Punjab? And
See, the thing is, it's been flagged for quite some time actually about this. The Khalistanis, trying to, revive their movement. And it's not now, it's been going on for a very, very long time actually. And this has become a very big issue, this last night's incident. And then before that, there've been targeted killings for a very, very long time. That the NIA is investigating a case of targeted killing. What has happened now is actually just last week. Actually, this one some information on the investigation regarding that RPG attack had come out. And at that time, what it was found is that these Khalistan and ISI-backed guys, what they are basically doing is they are outsourcing terror to local gangsters out there, because they seem to have a very powerful network out there. So, what happens at that time is if a local gangster, carries out some kind of an attack, like it was even found in the Ludhiana court, in the court blast case also. Same thing, same modus operandi, where, outsourcing of terror to local gangsters, so it looks like the gangsters done it, and then the ISI has a deniability factor. So over and above, if you see, it's been ongoing. It's been ongoing. You see those drones with weapons and drugs and all that thing. Overall, if you ask me, in the past 4 to 5 years, it's been extremely chaotic.
Exactly. And Vicky, I just want to ask one thing from you also, that, many questions have been and many fingers are currently being pointed at, Bhagwant Mann led Aam Aadmi Party government in Punjab that came into power just a few months ago, and how the Punjab police has came into limelight for all the wrong reasons, in terms of like using the Punjab police for sending for capturing or to get all these people from Delhi, be it Kumar Vishwas, be it Tejinder Bagga, and or be it Alka Lamba, who have actually in the past criticized Arvind Kejriwal for his wrongdoings or just criticizing him for his policies. And now the question arises that is Delhi actually controlling Punjab right now?
That was pretty obvious, at the time of when they won the elections also, because I'll tell you that there was one incident which had happened recently, and Arvind Kejriwal, this happened in Punjab, and a statement came out from Arvind Kejriwal saying that the culprit will be brought to book. Now, I don't think it is actually under his control to do it. He's got a chief minister to do that. I found that thing very surprising, because about the action going to be taken, the tweet came first from Kejriwal and later from the Punjab CM. So in that terms, if you look at it, yeah, it is definitely control. Like, I think in one of our earlier shows, we were also discussing it's about law and order, the whole thing about whether Kejriwal, the one thing that he misses in Delhi is control of law and order. That it just looks like he's missing it so badly that he doesn't mind interfering in Punjab also. I mean, I can't say for sure that he is interfering, but that tweet, whichever he put out, was very, very clear that he has got. I mean, he's definitely under control there. I mean, he's in control. I'm sorry, in Punjab.
Correct. He is definitely under control. But he is controlling the administration here in Punjab, is what Vicky you are saying. But let's go back to what has happened just yesterday, and even a day before that. That the very highly sensitive list of Punjab, the withdrawal of the list actually that had all the names of 400 plus people. It got leaked and it went online. So do you see this as a failure of the administration, or do you think that this was a deliberate attempt by the Punjab administration, or somebody, some mischievous elements have done that?
I think definitely there is a failure on their part because number one point was that it was extremely immature to put out that list on the social media. That's not done actually. So that's one part of it. But the fact is that more than the list going out on the social media, because these things very often they're not you get to know whether it is withdrawn in any state. You get to know. The issue is I don't know what kind of this one analysis they did, whether the security has to be increased for one person or decreased or completely taken off is completely the job of the state home ministry out there in terms of this one, because they are the one who are ordering the police force. And in this case, I don't know. I mean, what kind of an analysis they had done to come to a conclusion that to come to a conclusion that he did not need security, because after that, after the incident happened, the Punjab DGP, he said, it's been brewing. This is, it's like a gang war or something. And then he had Lawrence Bishnow's name also on that. All these kind of things. So, which means assessment has not done properly at all. That is most important, for this incident to happen, because it was very clear that they knew that there was a threat perception, and they knew that there was a rivalry also brewing, and he himself was pretty controversial with his pictures and all that. So I completely blame the government there for making such a horribly wrong assessment and withdrawing security.
Correct, Vicky. So, but let's come back to what we are actually discussing today in the show is the involvement and the the gangs of Punjab that have now again come to the limelight, and we know that they have been there, but they have been not that much into the limelight, coming out in the broad daylight and shooting a VIP person like Moosewala. So does that show that there is no fear of law and order anymore in Punjab? And so the back in the days when terrorists used to or the gangsters used to run free in Punjab, are we going to witness something same?
Very similar. It was at a different scale at that time. Today it is at a different scale. Now what happens is, any investigation you look at it, and if you go towards Punjab or something, you would see, the problem there, Akash, is the drug mafia. Okay, that is one thing, and it is a very, very powerful mafia in Punjab. And multiple number of times, you've come across cases where the police are involved. I mean, you must have remembered that incident which happened this on Pathankot. There was one cop there near the border. Yeah, they gave him a clean sheet later, but it's all very suspicious activity. Now, the problem what has happened is why the gangsters have become so powerful is one is they have been allowed to become powerful, courtesy the kind of administration that has been there. And after Captain Amrinder Singh quit, after that it completely kind of there's been a downside, and continues today. So yeah, that is a big problem, and that is why I think unless they get to the really very seriously deal with the drug problem in that state, then I think it's good. I mean, you're going to see more such incidences and incidents. and at a much larger scale and all that, because it's a complete cocktail out there. Now the thing is, there is the drug mafia there, then there are these gangsters there, and then there are these corrupt cops, and of course, yes, this whole, being in a border state, Pakistan is next door, and then after that, the ISI-backed Khalistani elements, and then from Canada and Europe, these guys like the Sikhs for Justice. So it's a complete cocktail, and I mean, if you just sit back and once think about it, what's happening in Punjab is a complete recipe for disaster. It is just waiting to explode further.
Aptly pointed out that all these anti-national elements that are just across the border from Punjab, we see ISI and Sikhs for Justice, who have been very active post the farmer protest there in Punjab also, and of course the Khalistani elements have also tried to rake up the local emotions there at the ground in Punjab, and now these kind of activities happening. So do you think that this Aam Aadmi Party government, which actually came into the power, to be very bold to say that a lot of freebies had been announced and people got swayed, just 3 months down the line, the situation has deteriorated. We see this kind of situation happening and local gangs running amok. And of course, there has been reports of increase in cross activities from the border. So how does now Bhagwant Mann answers to all these tough questions? Being the chief minister of a border state, and this actually reminds me of what Captain Amrinder Singh also said during the run-ups to the election. He said that Punjab is a very sensitive state in terms of it touches border with Pakistan, and of course there has been over and over the years have been that tries to revive the Khalistani movement there in Punjab. How do you see that Bhagwant Mann will be able to stop all these things and all these anti-social elements
No,
and
you actually
anti-national
rightly pointed
elements
out, saying that they
lying there?
announced freebies and they came to power. But then there was one more issue. I don't think anyone of their opponents even put up a strong fight. There was so much of infighting there in the Congress, and all those kind of things. So there was no real opponent for them. Yeah, the thing is, it's a very tricky situation in Punjab now, because the fact is that you have a very immature government out there, which has never ever handled law and order at whichever level. They have never handled it. And even though, coming back to the question you had asked me earlier, is Kejriwal controlling the police? Yes, I do feel that he's controlling the police, but then again, where does he have the experience of the police? That's one thing. So basically, when this the regime change, there's a lot they have to do. They have to make, in that border state, they have to make security as the top priority. And when they say that, see, I mean, you may, have multiple, kind of developmental schemes, 101 things like that. But the very fact that remains is that if your security is not okay, then, there's always that fear in people. And as you know, in the just a while ago, like I was saying, there's so many elements there. It is going to be extremely difficult for him to handle it. Uh, he will need, real good advice from very experienced people. They will need central help there with the security is concerned. So these kind of things are there. But one thing is that he has to tighten up the police to such a way, and if he's able to largely bring down the drug problem in Punjab, then everything else, will keep getting sorted out then and there, because that has got a lot of money, and you block the money flow there for these gangsters, then they will cease to exist. So it is going to take time, no doubt. He can't be, egoistic about it and play politics at the moment. So if he's going to be really serious, I'm sure he can handle it, but it is going to take some time.
yes, he can handle it, but we have to see how long it will take them to, understand the situation, because Punjab is a very different state, and it's a very, very volatile state when it comes to, law and order situation. Irrespective of what Arvind Kejriwal has done in Delhi, some people will say it is good, some people will say it is okay, some people will say that he has put the capital and order situation is concerned, and hopefully, and I hope that in the coming times, Punjab will be a safer heaven for people to live in, as it was before. Well, on that note, thank you very much, Vicky, for coming on One India News, and
Thanks, Akash. Pleasure. Thank you so much.
it is great to have you on